It's Week 12 of the National.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Well, the Falcons now get to stretch their wings on offense here, and at quarterback for them is a former second overall pick who spent 4 seasons as a starter in Tennessee, Marcus Mariota. First down, and they'll start with Algier.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
On 2nd and 11 now. Mariota.
And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
And complete to Drake London.
Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big one there on 3rd down. They hit for 30 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Opening kick, and it coughed it up.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10.
Just shy of midfield at the 48.
Here's Gibson to start the drive.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
The numbers on the ground for Gibson a week ago.
Very productive. 3 touchdowns, 2 of them on the ground, 1 through the air.
And it will always be a compliment to say that a guy's got a nose for the end zone, and he sure had it last week.
From just shy of midfield, Howell. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Howell throwing on 3rd down here.
This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
They get 17 there. Good for a Commander's 1st down. Gibson here running out of the gun.
He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Throwing here, Howell. This one left side caught by Gibson. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Bringing it in. Jackson left side. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
2 yards left on 2nd down from the 9. Back to the ground with Gibson. He's got some room to operate.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington.
Antonio Gibson. His 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. The extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The do-it-all weapon, Cordero Patterson, coming back out. He's got to clear his mind a little bit right now. One carry, and that carry was a lost fumble.
Clear his mind, clear his hands, and just let this one go. Sometimes it happens. You drop the ball. Got a full game ahead of him. Hand it to him again. See if they can start to produce.
And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
Well, this defense for the Commanders, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches always say, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%. I haven't seen that number quantified, but I believe them.
It's a gain of 16, first down Falcons. On first down, going back to Patterson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. The numbers for him from a week ago: 10 carries, 115 yards, and a touchdown.
And the way they ran the ball in last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff, because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
On second down, a run with Patterson.
2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
First and 10, it's Patterson.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense, rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole. Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Mariota now. Over the middle to Beckham.
And he is going to have a Falcons first down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on third down.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing is Mariota. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They currently sit 1 game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. Yeah, Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs?
Well, you did mention they've been up and down all year, so to me, it depends on what week you catch them. When they're at their best, I think they're definitely playoff worthy. But to me, they haven't been able to bring the intensity week in and week out, and that could be their Achilles heel.
And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary, all of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
Howell's throw taken in by Samuel.
And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 18. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
Howell sliding down, and he picks up the first on that play.
A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Out of the gun, it's Howell.
And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
They made a nice effort to stick it with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
Second down and goal. Howell in trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
Howell, third and goal.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Curtis Samuel, his 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Commanders go up by 2 touchdowns. The extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that'll make the score 14-0. So that drives 7 plays in length.
And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown. Taken at about the 1. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Well, the final weekend of November is upon us. Boy, can you believe December right around the corner? Always seems to get here quickly. But coming up tonight, we wrap up the holiday weekend with the Packers and Eagles from Philly at 8:20 Eastern. And tomorrow night, we wrap up Cyber Monday with the Steelers and Colts from Indianapolis.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Straight ahead, Patterson.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. On the return, Jackson. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. 1st and 10 here for Howell and the Commanders.
Right at the 30.
They'll start on the ground with Gibson.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
We often talk about understanding the playbook, understanding progressions, and understanding what the defense is doing. We saw all of that on that play. Great recognition and understood where his running back was going to be. Found a way to have him leak out underneath, hit him with the football, and they picked up the 1st down.
On 2nd down at 4, Howell. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain.
Hadn't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a 1st-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the 1st down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
They'll go play action. Howell.
Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack.
Arnold Ebiketie
able to record his 5th sack of the season. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Over the middle, complete to Samuel.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6.
That's going to be caught along the sideline, and what a job of keeping his feet in bounds. They say that's a catch.
Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
So things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Now a first carry here for Robinson. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Rashaan Evans out of Alabama had the tackle defensively. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Again, running right, Gibson.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders.
Curtis Samuel with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year.
And the Commanders will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that makes the score 21-0.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And the Falcons now going to go on offense late in this first half. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Mariota to throw it.
Throw over the middle, going to be caught here by Pitts.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. On 3rd and 1, here's Mariota to the sideline, and oh, that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the first down. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Again, it's Mariota. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. On play action, Mariota. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. The sack backs him up, so now Mariota in Atlanta dealing with a 3rd and long. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout? Now the Commanders going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Here's Jackson to return, and he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. He's got a man, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So we've reached halftime here in our nation's capital with past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the 3rd quarter. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. So here is Washington now to take over. They were able to defeat Houston last week. They lead things here as well as they try to make it 2 victories in a row. A 1st and 10 here for Hal and the Commanders at their own 22. Second half starts with a run by Gibson.
And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line.
49 yards on the ground for him so far.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Gibson again.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Straight ahead, Gibson.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And he's got some space here. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
15 yards the pickup. 1st down, Washington.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
10 more there and another 1st down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
4 yards.
Bring up a 3rd down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Now Howell.
Got his target, Samuel. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. No question that they're going to continue to look his way. 6 catches in the 1st half and now 7 on the game.
Back to throw. Howell.
This is caught. Touchdown.
Antonio Gibson.
He scored on the ground and through the air.
And the Commanders take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that makes the score 28-0. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told.
And it concluded with the touchdown pass to Antonio Gibson. Taking it about the 1. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
So we get set to start this 3rd quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now.
A CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the 2nd half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. Let's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one. Lots of incompletions on first and second down. It certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on third down.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he's on to punt for Atlanta. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. With it is Jackson. 49-yard punt, 5 on the return.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Here comes Antonio Gibson as he's set for another drive.
He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that second score here in the third quarter.
Stop made by Marlon Davidson.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Powell. Throw right side, taken in by Gibson.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And Howe will throw it. Back to Gibson, and another catch for him.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
It's a 1st down for Washington on a pickup of 11. Well, those backups on the sideline, they got to be eagerly anticipating the 4th quarter upcoming. Look at the size of the lead, how they're moving the football. This defense really struggling and giving up plays like we just saw.
Yeah, Stars have certainly done all they've needed to in this one, haven't they? But my question is, will he be able to resist the urge to continue to run things up a bit and get his main guys a few bonus stats before he calls them off the field?
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Back now at FedEx Field. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. 96 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Powell, he'll look to throw it.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out.
On 1st down, right back to Gibson.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking.
Under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line.
Not the 1st and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground.
That I'm struggling to understand a little bit. That close to the goal line, first down, run the football. If you want to throw it, throw some play action on 2nd down.
On 2nd and goal, Powell. That's out wide here for Robinson. Touchdown, Washington. Brian Robinson Jr.
from 4 yards out.
And the Commanders are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that makes this 35-0 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. Beginning on the ground with Patterson.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Throwing, Mariota. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. Drake London, his intended target. And it's 3rd down and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Mariota on 3rd and 2. Rolling to his right. Oh, what a move. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. Mariota now to throw on 1st down.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Throwing again. Mariota on 2nd and 10.
And the pressure gets there. He'll go down. It's a sack. And it is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning.
So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Mariota. And that will be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here.
And they've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 41 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
They'll run again here with Robinson. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
Fourth quarter with a lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on first down. They did that +3.
For the winning team here, Charles, that's about as big and clean of a win as you could hope for in the National Football League.